friends from near and far, I thought I owe you an explanation about the ambulance. Okay, this ambulance has had 5.5 million views, and it has generated debate both in Uganda, in the African continent, and in the world. But what is the story? What is this ambulance story? First, I was a member of parliament representing the people of Koboko municipality in 2016 to 2021. But before that, I represented the young people of northern Uganda from 2011 to 2016. While I was representing the people of northern Uganda, especially the young people, I had to look for a constituency. And I thought that as a young legislator, I had to go back home and represent the people of Koboko. At the time, I either had to go for the district MP or I had to go and start a new constituency. So the first thing I did was to go to Koboko and elevate the district, which is a rural district certainly, to a municipal status. And I worked so hard and lobbied friends and lobbied legislators and the head of state to grant the small rural district the municipality status. Premise on that background, the people of Koboko municipality gave me the opportunity to serve them. Now, my role as a member of parliament, there are only three major things that I have to do as a legislator. One of them is to legislate, the other is to do an oversight, the other is to appropriate. But I thought that coming out of the people of Koboko, I needed to give them more than that. And I didn't have any other source of revenue other than my earnings as a member of parliament. So I did promise them that I will give them service over and above what the government offers them. So I made pledges, and among them was to take care of the young orphans. And I got them together from every village, started paying school fees for these orphans. I went ahead to start an economic empowerment program and supported the women by starting women village circles in all the entire constituency, and I did that. I went ahead and constructed churches. It wasn't my job, it's not my mandate, but I had to do it because I thought I should do it for my people out of my savings, and I did that gladly and happily. I went ahead and built churches, mosques. I started a youth circle where I invested 100 million. Of course, I had to mobilize my friends. I built the biggest mosque in the entire West Nile. And I went ahead and supported the young people of West Nile, the young people of Koboko municipality, with equipments for them to be able to earn a living. And I gave them bricklaying machines, among other things. I did everything that I could do within my little resources, like literally splitting my resources with the voters. Because I wanted an issue of food security to be addressed with the small land tenure system that my people have, I had to buy for them handholds. For every adult in my constituency, I gave them handholds. When it was approaching the end of my tenure, what I did for the people was that because we do not have a district hospital, and it was very difficult for us to reach the regional hospital, which is like 80 kilometers away, I decided that I should buy for them an ambulance. And I did promise that I would buy 4 ambulances. I went ahead and did walk the talk, bought the first ambulance. And then I bought this ambulance because it was not government ambulance, it was a private ambulance. I had to hire a driver, service the ambulance, maintain the ambulance, fuel the ambulance. And I did this for 5 months straight. When it came for time for elections, I went into the primary election. What I witnessed was sectarianism, sexism. Just because I was not born in Uganda, not by choice, but because of the turbulence at the time in 1984 in Uganda. My mother had no choice but to give birth to me in exile. And for that, I was called a non-national. I was called a Congolese. I did not really take it personal because I expected that this is just politics. It's just a game. And I explained myself to the electorate. But what hurt me is that it became very violent. That they burned down my billboards, that they threatened my life, that they wanted even to burn the hotel that I had built for them in the constituency that was employing their children. I was hurt, but I did not take it on my constituency. I went ahead and donated the ambulance to the constituency and handed this ambulance over to the mayor of Koboko municipality. And I did mention to him that the revenue stream that I was having has been closed because I've not been voted in. And so I will not be able to continue maintaining the ambulance and paying the driver as I would if I were still the MP. And I gave them an upfront service fee, which was for 3 months. And they came back to me after the 3 months and put it in writing that they're not able to maintain the ambulance because it was not in the fleet of the district or the municipal assets. And they did not have a revenue stream to maintain this. So what did you expect me to do? Now I'm here, I don't have a revenue stream. The only thing that I had to do was to ensure that the ambulance does not just stand as an elephant project and get parked in the yard of the hospital or the health center 4, because we don't have a hospital there, or the health center 4. So what I did was to get my ambulance back, and yes, I sold it and started a business. Because after being voted out, there was no any other source of revenue. I had to start my life all over again and start a business and earn a living. Now, someone will say, so were you earning a living out of politics? It's a myth for anyone to think that everyone who goes for politics is actually going for service. They actually look for a living. They get their savings, they go to borrow. So as to invest in politics with the hope of getting a return on the investment, which is getting elected and be earning money out of those positions. So yes, I sold the ambulance. I did. And I started a business. And I can't apologize for that. It was the right thing to do. I needed to start a business. They wanted a man. They got a man to represent them. And I have no offense that they elected a new leader. And I moved on with my life. I started my business as always. But I got lucky, and I thank God for it, that His Excellency the President of the Republic of Uganda saw value in me. At the time of the election, I was a minister, and I first served as the Minister for Young People, the Minister for Youth in Uganda. And I got moved from Ministry of Youth to the Ministry of Finance. And I got appointed as the Minister of State for Finance, in charge of investment and privatization. The job I do with passion. I give it my all. My job is to create jobs for the unemployed Ugandans. My job is to bring the people of Uganda into the money economy, to industrialize our country, to attract foreign direct investment in our country. I do that with all my heart, and I love doing it. And my appointing authority is grateful for after the 5 years, even when I did not get re-elected, he saw value in the work I did. That is called being grateful. He valued my energy and rewarded me by giving me the position for another term, which position up to now I am serving in. So my focus now is not to politic. It is to make Ugandans get rich. Yes, we must get rich. But the ambulance, it has become a global talk. It is one of the things in the past for me. I am past that debate, but I thought it was very important that I let you know why I did what I did. And to let you know, friends, that I have no regrets. For I know that my conscience is very clear and my heart is pure, that I did it not out of malice, but because I was left with no choice but to do what I did.